Second take draft recap. Welcome in our 2023 champion, Tony Velazquez. How you doing, sir?
Well, it's a little heavy in this bed right now that I'm laying in. Got a healthy, real gold. Got some diamonds on my fingers. Feeling good. Feeling dangerous. That's what Baker said, right?
That is
Feeling
what
dangerous.
Baker said. Baker Mayfield was not drafted this year.
Not shocked.
Neither was Kirk Cousins. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, we're gonna recap the draft for you guys. I hope Tony has his favorite and his worst draft of who he liked or whatnot. But just to throw it out there was a trade on draft day, Tony. I don't know if you remember. We were pretty intoxicated towards the end.
Yeah, that
Rob
was fun.
said, "Yeah, you remember?"
Yes. No, I don't remember the trade, but
Oh,
oh yeah, Rob had something to do with
Rob,
Rob.
Rob and Piane made a swap, even
Of
though
course
they
it was
drafted right next
Piane.
to each other. Um, Rob sends Pat Fryermuth for Piane's Zach Charbonnet.
That's right. Yes, I do. That's like so Piani got Pat.
He got Pat. Mind you, he had two other tight ends already on the
Right,
roster. His triple
right.
tight end.
Hey, it's a tight end league. Isn't that what we say?
It's a tight end defense and kicker league. It absolutely is.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. I mean, if he didn't have a tight end, I'd be like, what a trade. But
No, yeah, I understand the move, and Charbonnet I think's a little beat up right now heading into the regular season. But draft day 2024 was a lot of fun for me per se. I had a blast. I was a little off my game, to be honest. I was a little tired. I set all that stuff up the morning of,
it was hot.
and I cooked, and it was hot, man. It was, yeah. We had a lot of complaints about the heat, guys. If it's that hot again, we are going inside. No
I
ands,
think
ifs, or buts about it.
who I can't remember who it was
Joe,
sitting at that table with us. I think it was Joe.
Joe
Probably
was,
round four. He's like, maybe we
yeah.
should just draft inside.
And I was like,
Probably should have.
yeah, but we're kind of here, and these guys want to be outside. Sad I'd
Yeah.
had the pool open, but nobody really brought bathing suits.
Well,
You
I thought we were skinny dipping. That's why I didn't bring mine.
know, drunkest draftee, Tony. I mean, we were the last ones standing.
We uh we
You
got
you
drunk.
kept drinking, which was awesome. Rob was with us towards the end.
Yep, yep. He kept it mellow though, because he brought the baby. Shout out Rob, new dad.
New dad, shout him out.
6 months. That's what he said. 6 months, right? I think he said.
Yes, yeah. Little Vinny.
Love it. Love it. We,
Um,
we counted, remember? It's almost a dad league now. It's 50-50 right now.
it is 50-50 on the
Who's
dads.
breaking it?
And congratulations to you, sir. You're expecting number two.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got to wait a while. Got to let it bake, but
Yeah, it's bacon, but yeah.
yeah, it's kind of shocking. The league's growing up. The league's growing
Yep.
up. Epic. I mean, I would say the highlight of the draft was the flag football game.
That was so much fun. What a blast.
I mean, I'll be honest. We've been hitting the jug machines lately. I had a lot of drops. I think I had at least 4 drops. Um,
Yeah, that's all right.
and I even dropped my wedding ring and
Well,
lost it, but it's
I
back.
I feel so bad. I'm glad to see it. I feel so bad.
Yeah, awesome game. I think we played probably for 2 hours, maybe
Yeah, it
less.
was a while.
We were out there. The sun was out the whole time. It was great. Tony played all time quarterback and was tearing it up for our team. The other team was a little
Yeah.
bit complaining. I
Well,
didn't
they couldn't
see it.
catch a cold. They couldn't catch a cold.
Yeah,
So
they.
no big deal. No big deal.
As for best draft and worst draft, I think we should go through the teams first, and at the end we'll kind of save it.
Yeah,
I do have my choices, and then, but
I do
we're
too.
here to recap the draft. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna share
And
my.
I'm not being biased either when I say mine. Of course, I'm not picking myself. Of course, we think we probably both are champions, but can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take myself for best. I normally do. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. And last
Okay.
year was it humbled me because I was voted worst draft in the Sandusky's. I was voted worst draft for
Kind of makes sense,
2022
right? I
or
mean,
2023. Yeah.
humbly, it probably was.
No, it was. It was really bad draft. But let's get into it. Let's start with a shocker. Downs himself drafts 10 to 14 every year. Who gets one? He does. And
And
he
I
starts
pull,
off taking Christian McCaffrey.
of course, right? You got to one CMC. I don't think you care about the injuries or him like not playing at the last couple of weeks because you got to get there, right?
You got to get there. And he walked up immediately, no hesitation, knew who he was taking one. And then you're waiting. Look at that one, and you gotta wait. You gotta wait 27 picks.
Yeah, that's hurt his draft
Yes,
a lot. But seeing the I know everyone's you don't want the same two players in the same team, but if CMC is not scoring, it's Debo Samuel.
right, right.
I I don't think that's a bad combo at all.
No, and we'll get into it later. There was another guy who drafted 14 who took two players on the same team with their first two picks, which was
Yeah.
kind of interesting to see.
Yes.
But yeah, moving forward, these picks, he's waiting, and then a lot of people were like Cooper Cup kind of early, but if he doesn't take Cooper Cup there, he's never going to get him. 14 man.
Right. And then who's next? It's Cooper Cup was the right choice, I think, there.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Tank Dell, great receiver. I
Love
took him in
Tank
the
Dell.
10th last year. Of course, he's going to go in the 4th this year.
Yeah.
Um,
Diggs is gonna yap himself out of targets.
yep, yep.
Montgomery's gonna be great the first few weeks with Gibbs out.
Yeah, Gibbs got the little. I think it's a hammy calf. I don't remember what it was. Something's bothering him, but
Something in the leg. Yeah.
yeah,
Same thing
uh,
last year though with him, right? With Gibbs. He seems great talent, but is he
durable.
injured?
Yeah, no, I understand. And then I thought a good value for him was getting Jared Goff in the 10th. I thought that was an amazing pick. He has 16 games this year that are indoor, so
Well, that's
you
always
know,
good.
Goff's good indoors. He's not a rushing quarterback by no means, but and we're a 4-point touchdown scoring league, passing
Yeah.
touchdown league. So, but
Yep.
Goff's usually 18 to 20.
Yeah. He's not bad. I mean, not bad. I like his even though I have James Conner, I
Yeah.
really like Trey Benson though. Because James Conner's probably not playing 16. We all know that. We all know he's
No,
not.
bake in a couple missed games, and then Trey Benson will get some work. I think it'll be Trey Benson's backfield next year, 100%. Could
I
be
agree.
towards the end of this year, but
I agree.
Raheem Mostert. This is a pretty solid team. It's it's missing some firepower, but man, it's hard drafting one.
It is. I love Keon Coleman too. So I mean,
Yeah,
if he's available.
yeah, but okay. Let's move on to two, and bear with me here with these names. Big Daddy Dave, Lamborghini Mercy. I like that.
I like that name. It's a
Uh,
great name.
Stud first three picks, in my opinion. Knocked it out of the park. I mean, CD at 2 is a no-brainer. He got paid, obviously. We'll go over that in probably next week's episode with the league news. We just want to focus here on the draft. But
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, Jalen Hurts, we got double Jalen.
Jalen on Jalen.
I don't like the Kyle Pitts pick in the 4th round.
Me neither.
I
And I
thought
don't like Stephon Diggs either.
no. I think Dave started strong and then it just faded. It faded
His
really
first
bad.
three are money, 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 I think. Yeah.
Yes. 4 through, I mean, God, I'd say 4 through 8. It's
I
rough.
like Rome, but I don't like Rome in the 6th.
Yeah, too
Love
early.
Rome.
That's what I'm saying. Too early.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Is he
not
gonna be
Najee
there?
Harris's backfield.
Yeah, it's not Najee Harris to begin, but I think I think still gonna be bad. Defense will be all right, but I don't know about the O.
Yeah. Rico Dotto, though, that's not bad.
Did you hear about Dalvin Cook?
Did he get signed? He went in for like a thing.
No, he went in. He went in, but he
There.
might get signed. He might get signed.
Yeah, but he hasn't been. Uh, I like
Uh,
that. I like that.
when I took spoiler, I took Christian Watson at some point, I think in the 8th round. Jameson Williams goes off in the 9th. I screamed and I was like, "What am I doing?" I would have taken Williams over him. I
No,
know Williams has
over Christian Watson.
I think he's gonna do better this year in the fantasy. I don't know. I don't know.
I think you made the right pick. I also have a soft spot for him. Picked him in the mountains, and then picked him back up last year. I think he was that. He
I
was
know
on
I
my
can't
bench.
quit him, man. I can't quit him. Then Jalen Wright, super fast. I like that pick. Mostert may not be healthy. Shout out to Ryan. We just talked about it, but Bears D's great. Jordan Mason, I believe which call it just went down. Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell is on the IR for the season.
So Jordan Mason, hell of a draft pick.
Great pick. Ray Davis. Now watch out now because
Yep.
I know James Cook's pretty good, but for some reason over there in Buffalo, they just like don't give it to him as much as you think they would.
No. Josh Allen runs it in the 5. I don't know. People are like, "Oh, look, Ray Davis will get them red zone carries." I was like, I don't know. I think it'd be Josh Allen.
Yeah, I
But
know.
did you
On the
see
squad.
Frank Gore Jr. got cut and then re-signed back to the practice squad?
Practice squad. I was a little upset when I saw they got cut. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man. Then I saw he came back, so that's good.
But overall, Dave, I thought it was a fine draft. I asked Dave before, how prepared are we? He said not very prepared. But I thought he did pretty good. Moving forward, Oak Lawn Boys. Danny was 3. Bijan, 3. You weren't worried about it. You said if he was there at 4, you weren't going to take him. Um,
No, 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 no.
I like the talent though. And then DJ Moore,
Love it.
Devontae
Yeah.
Adams, Joe Burrow. A little worried about Burrow's wrist.
Is it still hurt?
Yeah, it's an injury that like linemen get. No quarterback's ever had it
Ooh,
before, so it's an unknown.
and
Not
a
to say
consistent
Burrow
one.
can't beat it. I mean, Burrow's like top 3 in the league at quarterback. I would love to have Burrow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with Caleb Williams. I'm just saying, like 2 years ago when I saw, or was it 3 years ago when I saw Joe Burrow for the first time as a rookie, I was like, this is amazing. Why can't Mitch be like this? Maybe it was more than 3 years. I'm exaggerating, but I couldn't believe the moxie Joe Burrow had. And
Probably 6 years ago. Yeah.
no IR this year, so TJ Hawkinson is going to be on the bench for a while, but Danny really doesn't utilize his bench, so I don't think it's going to hurt him.
No, I also like that pick though because he's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
No
DeAndre
matter
Swift.
who's playing quarterback there in Minnesota.
No, I know. DeAndre Swift, Blake Corum, Romeo Dobbs, Tyler Conklin, Keaton Mitchell, another IR candidate, Keaton Mitchell.
But also a good player.
Fantastic running back
Mm-hmm.
on my dynasty team. And I believe you got Blake Corum on your dynasty team. Nope.
Yes.
Yes.
He's still there. Still available.
Still available, still out there. I think Danny's draft's pretty good. I mean, some guys are going to come back later in the year for him, going to help him. Romeo Dobbs, a touchdown machine. I don't know. Does this get to? I don't think it's a 10-win team.
He's gonna be dangerous if he gets in the playoffs, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I do think he'll be a playoff contender, Danny.
Yeah, he'll be very dangerous. I'm afraid of that Godwin pick though. That could hurt him there. Are you afraid of the shares as a Bears fan for DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze in fantasy? As a Bears fan in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, like you would need Caleb to throw
Komet.
4,000 yards to make this look good. I'm
does,
gonna bake
right?
in Keenan Allen's gonna get hurt
Okay.
at some point.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fine. I like DJ Moore in the second round. I think it's okay. And a 14-man, pick 26, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Danny got a couple Bears, though, you know?
Yeah, he likes watching Bears games, so why not?
How do you not?
DeAndre Swift was starred and underlined because I wanted him, but I didn't want him too early.
No, exactly. You got to wait a little bit. I mean, fifth round is pretty good value, but I mean, God, in the 6th, you'd have been like ecstatic to have him, but
right.
That's his RB2. I don't think he's really hurting.
No, not at all. Not at all. He's
not deep at running back by no means, but if Keaton Mitchell comes back and is anybody, he'll be fine.
He becomes deep if something happens to Kyron.
Yeah.
And then Keaton Mitchell comes back fine. Now he's real deep and real scary.
100%. I would say I'd call this a value draft for him. He got a lot of guys that fell. Yep. Devontae Adams for sure fell. I might have been fall of the draft.
I think everyone's afraid because who's thrown to him, but I don't know why we should be afraid because Gardner Minshew is the man.
He supported why am I blanking on the receivers? Michael Pittman. There we go.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
Correct.
But yeah, let's move forward to your draft, champ.
Oh, I love it.
You got Tyreek and Michael Pittman. Shout them out.
Yeah, I had to. I had to go receiver there. Both number ones. If you look at Pittman's numbers, he was consistent all year, but even was better with Anthony Richardson. And I expect a big year out of Anthony Richardson this year. So can't go wrong with Reek.
No. Reek will probably get it. You know, there's a nice gambling prop for 13 receiving touchdowns for Tyreek Hill. He's had 13 to 15 the past 3 years.
Yeah, well, he's gonna go for 20 this year, I heard.
I think you can bet over 15 or something crazy for a big number, but yeah, I love Tyreek Hill. They really wanted to give him that 2,000 yards last year, and if it wasn't for the injury, he would have got it.
Yes. Yep.
Josh Allen though, major pickup for you. I mean, it's running back Allen. I like that.
I didn't want him. I got to be honest with you. I had him crossed out on my list, and then he's just sitting there in the 3rd round because Hurts went
went first. Yep.
And I'm like, "Ooh, are we going quarterback here?" And then I was like, I'm gonna go with Patty. And then last second, I said, no, let's run it back.
Yeah. Won you a championship. Might as well.
Yeah.
And then you already shouted out James Conner, but George Kittle, age 30 season, I think it's fine. I think he's going to be great. He should return the value.
I'm hoping for an Ayuk trade. Let's go.
I think it's over. I think he's going to sign.
We'll see. We'll see.
We will see. It'll help
You're
my
probably right. Kittle's still 8 though, even with him. I mean, if you look at his stats, he was still fantastic. But still,
yeah. Javonte Williams looks like Samaje Perine got cut, by the way, signed by the Kansas City Chiefs.
I
So that's
saw
going to
that.
help
I
your
was like,
Javonte
oh,
Williams stock.
yeah. I had him last year too. I don't know if you remember that, but he was my running back last year.
Oh, no, I don't.
Both guys, both guys are on the squad.
And then you're the Keenan Allen owner. I know I baked in the injury. I don't know how
No,
he's going to do with the cold, but
I'm not expecting him to play 16 either.
yeah,
17.
17
Probably,
weeks.
probably not 13.
But that's
That's
fine.
okay. It's all right.
He's your third receiver. You got other receivers here looking
Yep.
at it. But do you expect Nick Chubb back week 6?
I think it's 6, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm okay with that, and he's gonna play a big part on this team when he comes back.
Even if he's 60% Nick Chubb, I'll take that.
It's pretty damn good, Nick Chubb,
Still,
when he's
that's still
healthy.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
Eighth
Him
round
there
value.
in 8th, I was like, I'm just gonna go with it here. When I saw him sitting there, had a couple other guys I was gonna go with, where I'm like, that's a starting running back after week 5, maybe 6. Why am I not taking him? Because of James Conner and I don't know Javonte Williams. What's he gonna be? So
And then you kind of rounded out here, Adion Mitchell. He's a rookie. He's going to get a lot of work with the Josh Downs injury. Jalen Polk is supposedly number 1 in New England. San Francisco 49ers defense, that's a hell of a defense. Just Tucker, one of the best kickers of all time. Tank Bigsby, you're kind of high on him. You think he's going to bounce back this year, potentially take away from Travis Etienne in a bigger way than what we expect. That's how you feel, right?
I like Tank. I'm not the biggest Travis Etienne guy. I don't know why I am. There's not. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest Travis Etienne guy. I think Tank worked on his ball security in the preseason. He looked okay when he ran the ball in preseason. I mean, preseason really doesn't matter that much, but it does matter a little bit. I like Tank,
Yeah.
and if I need
I
to,
mean, they didn't really
because
bring anybody else in.
no, they
So
kept the same backfield. And if I need to drop someone and it's going to be Bigsby, it's going to be Tank Bigsby. So no big deal.
it's going to be. It is what it is. Yeah, and then Tyron Tracy Jr. And then Deshaun Watson, not too bad of them in the draft. What I had for you, I had running backs, not the deepest, great wide receivers, elite tight end, elite quarterback. That's what I have for your team.
It's fair. That's very fair. Very fair. Running backs that can make or break a great season this year for
But
me, I think.
hey, pick one up. You were the Puka Nakua owner last year. Why can't it
Yep.
happen again?
Well, I think my Puka this year, honestly, is going to be Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Got a guy waiting, and he's gonna hop right in there and take me back to the championship.
Absolutely. All right. At 5, we had Mikey.
I like that name.
Brees Hall fell to 5. That was shocking.
Did you think he was going earlier?
I thought he'd go 3 where Bijan went.
Where Bijan went? Do you think they should have flipped?
No, I like Brees over Bijan this year. I really do.
Do you?
He got a lot of work last year,
Mm-hmm.
and this is coming from the Dalvin Cook owner last year who watched Hard Knocks and thought,
Yeah.
But Brees is definitely. I think they're 1A, 1A, 1B or whatever. You know what I mean? They're both really good and should be drafted behind Christian McCaffrey. It's your preference. I mean, Tyler Algier is going to take some away from Bijan, but not as much as people expect. And then Brees Hall really is Braylon Allen. I like Brees Hall a lot. And then, what I really like about his draft is he took Devon Achane and Brees Hall. I think those could be 2 of the top 5 running backs in fantasy, without a doubt. And to secure both of those, I know you're a little weak at receiver, right? And that's what I have here. I have strong running backs, depth at tight end, upside receivers, and he does have a quarterback wide receiver stack as we go further down. So Sam Laporta, Terry McLaurin, Evan Ingram. So that's 2 tight ends in the first 5 rounds. Very Mikey like. And then Xavier Worthy, Jaden Daniels. Anything pop out to you?
Okay, it's probably super biased because I'm a Longhorn guy, but Xavier Worthy is the second coming of Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Right now, I don't care what anybody says. I know everyone's like, oh, he's small. Well, Tyreek's little too. I mean, Xavier Worthy is the second coming of Tyreek, and he's got the guy that made Tyreek. So
you expect big things this year for Xavier
I
Worthy?
think next year Xavier Worthy is going in the top 2 rounds after this year. Honestly, I mean, he's this year's Puka for rookies for receiver wise. I think he's gonna have a better year than Malik Neighbors. I think
Wow.
statistically he's gonna have a better year than Roma Dunze too.
Wow. Well, yeah, I can see that one, but
Yeah,
but I think you expect Rome to be better, especially with the draft capital. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, this man was the fastest ever run a 40. Like, I hear you. Um, Mikey loves to hear all this, and then we got to
well, I'm
touch on
sure. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels to Terry McLaurin. That's going to be exciting to watch.
Disrespectful of NFL not having Jaden Daniels' picture. Dude's a
Yes,
stud. Dude's
I
a
mean,
stud.
I know he's a rookie, but
Oh, come on.
So is Worthy.
Yeah, it's not like it's I don't know.
Now,
The
do you
whoever
think
Mr.
that's
Irrelevant was.
on? Do you think that's on the Washington Commanders side where they didn't get the photo up in time?
Did he not show up for team picture day?
We don't know the full story here, but
Maybe he didn't show up for team picture day.
let's
All
get the
right.
college photo up.
Yeah, come on.
NFL.
He was great. Yeah. Jaden Daniels. Listen, it looks scary, right? Because you don't see receivers, you don't really see a top tier quarterback. Mikey could be pretty damn scary if Xavier Worthy's the guy I think he is, and Jaden Daniels is going to be really good in Washington. So, then is your number two Terry McLaurin or whatever? Maybe.
Yeah.
After
I
that,
mean,
a little
look,
shaky.
Mikey's draft I thought was excellent, and he's gonna hate to hear this, but I got him as one of the top five in our league, top five drafts, maybe even top three. I'm gonna go top three draft right here. It's not one, it's not two, maybe it's three for me. Could be two, but
He's not okay. I say all those good things, but he's not my top. He's not close to there for me.
no,
He
not for you. I
he
do
needs
feel that
too
way
much
also.
to be better, right? He needs
Right.
too much to happen to be better. But if it happens, he hit gold. I think.
He like, and then he kind of drafted strong towards the end here. Josh Palmer is a breakout candidate, eighth round. I like it. Chuba Hubbard's going to have the backfield for the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Chandler, if anything happens to Aaron, which Aaron usually gets hurt,
Right,
that's a good insurance policy.
and he's
Jets D
good.
was a hell of a defense. Braylon Allen's his handcuff. Why not secure that backfield? And then, Troy Franklin's whatever, rookie, Michael Wilson, 1 year pro, and then Trevor Lawrence in the 15th. That's amazing value.
That's good because if Jaden Daniels isn't good, then you got Trevor Lawrence, who plays a good fantasy. He's a good fantasy quarterback.
Yeah. I'm amazed by this draft. Big
Good
time.
draft. It's good, but I don't think he's top three.
Okay.
Can be.
Fair
It
enough.
can be. It can be though. But
It's got this. I tell you this, it's got one of the highest ceilings.
yeah.
Maybe not the highest floor, but the highest ceilings for sure.
Championship ceiling, I think.
All right. Our sixth pick in the draft was Big Mike, who shot him out in that t-shirt. That t-shirt was legendary. Best t-shirt ever.
Great t-shirt. Great t-shirt.
I can't wait. And I'm going to treat that one nicely, Big Mike. I'm going to wash it carefully. Like you said, we want to keep that in good shape for years to come. But
it was fantastic.
I liked his first two picks. Thought they were pretty good. You've seen this in most mock drafts. Amon-Ra and Isaiah Pacheco. We've seen that before. Not a huge Josh Jacobs fan. Not a high George Pickens fan. Not a huge T. Higgins fan, personally.
I like 1 through 3. I like Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
I think he's going to do good in Green Bay. Hated 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I don't know. There's some guys better there, but that's okay.
You know what else I wanted to shout out is Mike's team is my dynasty team in a lot of ways. I am the Amon-Ra owner. I am the Zamir White owner, and I'm the Brock Purdy owner.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I was like, Mike, shout you out. You draft my dynasty team.
Good value at 10 there with Brock Purdy.
Oh, huge.
Why
Incredible
are we
value.
sleeping on him?
I was excited when he got Jonathan Brooks. I thought all these picks here, I mean, Brock Bowers, we don't know, right? But I think Zamir White's going to get a lot of red zone carries. But if they're bad, I agree. It's not good to have a running back on a bad team. But just this block right here, 6 through 10, I thought he knocked it out of the park.
I agree. I like Zamir White. I like Brock Bowers. I love Jonathan Brooks. Again, I'm biased. I actually was trying to make a trade with him for that pick to take Jonathan Brooks.
Oh.
I was going to take Jonathan Brooks there.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Couldn't get it done, though. Couldn't get it done.
And then I believe Marshawn Lloyd's next up because AJ Dillon got hurt, right? Out for the year?
Yes, I think Dillon's hurt. Yeah. Stafford at 12 is pretty good, too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think he needed to take a second quarterback, but why not? Why not get depth at that position? Then he had to get a Charger, Kamani Vidal, and he took the special teams. They still have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Yeah, Mack played great last year.
Yeah.
Bosa's going to be great. He's a great football player. So
So for me, just not the best draft for Big Mike. I thought 3 through 5 was kind of rough, and then we don't know about the tight end. It's a mystery. Brock should be good, but you still have Michael Mayer there. But I
Middle of the
enjoyed
road.
it. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
not a
his
bad.
draft.
1 and 2 is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling. What did Joe name his team? Rome is burning. That's right. Not the
You gotta
Rome,
do.
but why not have some fun with the name? Our seventh pick went Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Dalton Kincaid. The no running back approach in a 14-man. Shout out the 3-time Joe.
Yeah, yeah. I like 1 and 2, 3. I guess all 1, 2, 3 is nice. I'm afraid of Dalton Kincaid though. He's supposed to be great, right? But
Yeah, it just there's not a lot
I
of
don't know.
receiving options now, and he was there last year.
hmm Josh Allen loves to go downfield though. Like that man, he's Brett Favre
I think
2.0
Kincaid
with the
can
legs.
go. He can go
Yeah.
deep.
So what did he? I don't remember how he did last year, but it seemed like that Dalton Knox guy kind of got more of the
Kincaid came on very
right.
strong towards the end.
Did
He
he?
was
Okay.
yeah, he was top tier tight end. They're
Okay.
projecting him to be like fifth or fourth tight end. I mean, I don't know. I think Trey McBride, people like him over Dalton Kincaid, but he's kind
I
of a
do.
sneaky sleeper type. But
He's supposed to be
for
good though.
yeah, for Joe though, I thought he had elite receivers, and he's obviously deep. His running back is where he's hurting, tight end upside, and I thought his quarterback pick was pretty great in the 6th round with Dak Prescott.
Isn't he usually a top 5 fantasy quarterback every year, no matter what happens in
No
the playoffs?
matter what happens, and he
Like it
hasn't been
doesn't
paid
matter.
yet.
Yeah. Right. So we're playing fantasy football, my friends. We're not playing,
Yes.
17 seasons in a Super Bowl run. A
And then
17 Super Bowl run.
he
Yeah.
sniped Big Mike taking Lad McConkey.
That's a great pick. He's going to be really good.
I like Lad. PPR too. Where PPR?
I like Chase Brown. I'm a Chase Brown fan.
Rip Elijah Mitchell. We were just talking about him, so he's definitely released. I don't think he's dropped him yet, but I think he will.
Probably should. Maybe
Um,
he'll keep him. Give him a ring.
you believe in and give him a ring. You believe in Eckler?
No.
I think I'm out.
I'm out on Eckler now.
I think I'm out on Eckler.
Yeah.
So
Way out.
Joe had the magazine this year, and it was in full force, and he made some strong picks. But man, he was
He
talking
was.
about adding Thielen to me at one point. I sat next to Joe this year, and he was he was like, "Adam Thielen's still out there." I was like, "Yeah, he's definitely is." And he was like, "He was great for me last year." I was like, "I'm sure he was."
Last year he
He's like,
was.
"I'm going to take him." I was like, "You should, Joe." That's what I tell him.
Is he the fourth wide receiver?
I think his fifth receiver. Yeah, is it his fourth wide receiver? No, Ladd's his fourth. I think it's his fifth
Still fit.
receiver.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
Banking
it's
on the
fine.
old guy.
The third
Yeah.
and the 12th, I'm not upset at him. You know,
Did they drop Keandre Miller, the Saints?
no, I think he's still on the team.
He still? Because they were talking about dropping him because he's like he was. Do you see the coach was like talking mad shit about him not too long
Yeah,
ago?
they're
Like, are you
saying he's
sure?
never healthy. We don't know what he does. You don't know what he
I
would.
don't even. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. It's literally what he said. Like, oh crap.
Yeah, I
But
don't
he's
think that
got
coach is long for
good
this.
talent though. Good talent.
Yeah. Well, after Joe was his rival and our highest score last year for the season. If I can find him here, Nathaniel Schwartz at pick 8 takes Justin Jefferson. He would argue he fell to him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're
Uh,
afraid of who's throwing to him, right?
no, exactly, and we know it's Darnold. Yeah, but I'm going to assume you're not a fan of these next 2 picks, Travis Etienne, Malik Neighbors.
I like Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
I just think Xavier Worthy's really, really, really good.
Okay. Okay.
So that was no hate on Malik Neighbors in the third is the right call.
And then Mark Andrews is one of the greatest tight ends in our league.
Is he going to be
Happy to
healthy?
have him on his team. I'm sure Nate is, but I thought Nate's draft, he had PPR wide receivers, weak at running back. That's a theme here in this league. We're a 14-man. Tight end upside and his QBs are deep. So let's keep going here as we go through it. Aaron Jones, that's his RB2, which I think is fine, but I think after that it kind of falls off a cliff, right? I think it's just
Herbert.
Khalil.
Yeah, Herbert.
Yeah, but David Njoku, pretty good tight end last year. We don't know if he'll be great with Deshaun, but I like Jordan Love. I like Curtis Samuel. He even
Love
has
Curtis
Tua.
Samuel.
And then 2 Washington receivers, Luke McCaffrey and De'Ami Brown.
You can he can drop Brown and go get someone else. I think McCaffrey's gonna be really good there.
Yeah. De'Ami
Real
Brown is like, I was shouting out De'Ami Brown 2 years ago, like about the prospect and how good he was going to be. And I was talking to, shout out Jesse Dowd. He wasn't here, but his buddy John is a huge Washington Commanders fan. And he was like, I love De'Ami. He never gets time. He said they won't let him play. And I was like, what is the playbook? And he's like, I can't tell you.
well, I just don't think maybe he's good.
Yeah, but Luke will be great.
I think so. And
Great
he is
special teams too.
a McCaffrey guy, right? I mean, that's his brother, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah,
That's
he's gonna be a good
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So the work ethic's there, we assume, right? I mean, not every brother's the same, but
yeah. They all might work hard, but he's got talent.
it's in the blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
After Nate was Danger at 9. Not sad, just moody. I like that a lot.
That name was fantastic.
Yes,
That's a great name.
I thought Matt's draft, like, he got some guys at good values. I thought it was fantastic. What I said was wide receivers are great. He's got the Tennessee running back room, and then he's got 3 sleepers in Wicks, Shaheed, and Fields. But let's go through it. A.J. Brown, Drake London, Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara. That's pretty good 4.
And I don't think that was a bad idea going Pollard Spears there.
You just get that whole backfield.
Yeah, why not? And then Jalen Warren in the 8th, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good value.
He's a guy there. Dalton Schultz, he's got a ring. He got one last year. Shout out Dalton. Sorry I didn't take you this year, bud. But
good luck to you. Enjoy your ring. I just thought towards the end of Matt's draft, he just kind of knocked it out of the park. Like, just all solid, if not upside picks. I wasn't a big fan of Jamal Williams, but everything you hear out of New Orleans, it is Jamal Williams' job as a number 2.
Yeah, they hate Keandre Miller. I don't know what the hell that guy did. So,
and then Jake Moody's a good kicker, man. Great special teams for Danger.
How are the Saints special teams? I'm not. Or how are the Saints defense? I don't know.
They're playing the NFC South. Maybe you're right. Maybe not so good this year. But I know the kicker's great.
Yeah. Moody's a great kicker, so that was fantastic.
Overall, though, I really like Matt's draft this year.
Agreed.
Moving forward at 10 was last year's runner-up, your rival Xavier.
Loser.
For Xavier, I had running back depth, so deep. Caleb, just shout out Caleb. He took Caleb. And then what else I have here? Elite tight end and wide receiver upside. That's what I put down for his draft recap. Saquon and the 10th pick is fantastic value. Derrick Henry coming around. That's a nice 1-2 punch. Might be up there with one of the best running back rooms in the league. Rashee Rice is looking like he's not going to get suspended, so 3rd round value seems good.
Remember, if you hit someone, you don't get suspended until the year after.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get it, man. But
great this year pick, fantastic.
I like Trey McBride this year, and I like Calvin Ridley. Spoiler alert, I draft next to Xavier, and I was not happy. I had Mikey the year before, and then I had Xavier in front of me. I was like, I don't want this.
Supposed to be my rival, supposed to talk shit, but I think he's got a really good team.
It's okay. It's understandable. And then, if Caleb doesn't work out, he's got to find somebody. But we know Caleb's going to work out. I got the Bears in the background. That's a slam dunk pick in the 6th round. This
hurts because he's supposed to be my rival, and I'm supposed to not want him to win, but he's got Caleb Williams. So I'm kind of hoping Xavier's up there. You know what I mean? Because if he's up 100%. there, that means Caleb's great.
J.K. Dobbins, when he picked J.K., I screamed. I was not happy.
That's why I wouldn't have took. No, that's something else. But no, that's a great pick. J.K. Dobbins is a great pick. Demario Douglas is a good pick.
PPR.
Yeah, Lockett.
He doesn't even need these guys at the end. These are just dart throws.
A lot of wide receivers.
Yeah, not a lot of running backs, but he's got 2 great ones, and he still has Devin Singletary and J.K. Dobbins, who are supposed to get work. I think this is a very solid draft, very deep.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to pick up a quarterback off free agency if he hasn't already, which is fine for the bye week. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Xavier. Another great draft for Xavier. He doesn't miss. That man does not miss on draft day.
Are you afraid of Derrick Henry's age? Is he?
Not at all. Because I think he's going to get 12 touchdowns.
That's a lot.
If he gets 12 to 14 touchdowns, he could rush for 800 yards and he'll be fine. For fantasy, he'll still give you RB2 value. That's how I feel.
That's true. That's very true.
But do I expect 1,200 rushing Derrick Henry, no.
Yeah, no, I don't either. They're gonna you. I mean, Jesus.
Red zone.
I'm glad I got my LJ8 jersey because it's gonna be probably back-to-back MVPs.
Oh, that's a good one to bet on right there.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar to go back to back. I don't hate that. How
Better shut up.
shot
Yeah,
you out?
shut up.
How about Lamar or how about Derrick Henry for a passing touchdown this year? I guarantee it happens.
Yeah, he likes to do that, don't he?
He does.
I
He
bet it.
absolutely does.
I bet the first non-quarterback throwing touchdown for Baltimore is going to be Derrick Henry to Mark Andrews. Can I bet on that? Can I
I wish
bet
we
on that?
could. I wish we
Henry to
could.
Andrews touchdown. How much would that pay out? You think?
I know Xavier would.
$10. How much
Probably
would that?
plus 500, plus 400, something nuts.
Think so? I
Yeah.
feel like it'd be like 1,000. No, that's
After
just ridiculous.
10 was myself drafting 11. And I just want to say it was very delightful to take Patrick Mahomes in the fourth round.
What a player! What a pick in the fourth round.
I I
Unbelievable.
am I am the Patrick Price.
I
You
love.
like
I
that?
love it. I
Okay.
love it.
I thought
I
it
love
was
your.
cool. I didn't come up with that myself, of course. I was looking for Patrick names and I was like, that one kind of hits pretty good.
I think it's
But
great.
for my draft, I put elite quarterback, running backs are good, wide receivers are good, tight end upside. I put safe draft in parentheses because last year was so bad for me that I had to go safe. And I think Jonathan Taylor on that offense, 2 years removed from when he was great, I understand, but he was still pretty good last year. And I just think that RPO package is going to be absolutely nuts. At 18, I had other options at receiver. I just said, let me get Nico. He's going to play for the Houston Texans and he's going to play for Stroud. They're going to throw the ball. James Cook, it's a little scary, right? We were talking about it with the Ray Davis stuff. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't score touchdowns, but remember, we're a PPR. And then
He
Patrick
catches the ball.
Mahomes. And then here is where I went safe. I didn't even play games with it. Christian Kirk, he's guaranteed 12 points every week. That's all I need.
Number one there.
Yeah. Jake Ferguson is a solid tight end. Dak likes throwing to the tight ends. Dalton Schultz used to play for them, remember?
Yep.
Christian Watson, this one was scary, but the hamstring stuff, I'm convinced.
I love it.
Okay. So you agree with my draft so far? You think this obviously we're gonna be better than last year. I know that.
You're
I
better than last year.
Yeah.
I don't like Hopkins this year, but at 9, that's not bad. I love Darnell Mooney pick. He's the number 2 there, right? I mean,
Yeah, and if anything happens, I think Darnell Mooney is just like, am I ever gonna start him? If DeAndre Hopkins is still out and something happens to Christian Watson, yeah, he'll get in there. But like I said, why not? I know the talent. We know Mooney was good for us in Chicago. It's just the line couldn't block and Fields couldn't find him.
I think I mean, Christian
Open a lot.
Watson might hurt from target shares, right? They got
Yeah,
like 4 guys there. Darnell Mooney could sneakily end up starting for you.
very much so. And
I think
I said,
so.
why not in the 10th? I get that's totally fine. When I went to take Zach Moss, I was going to take Jalen Warren. And then I was feeling it. I was definitely feeling great. A little tipsy, a little intoxicated. And I saw Zach Moss on the sheet and I was like, oh, I'm taking Zach
You
Moss.
should have went. You should have went Warren. I don't
I
like
know, I
Zach
know. I
Moss.
can't
I
quit Zach
don't
Moss. I had him last year. And
like
like,
Chase Brown.
I think Joe Mixon value for, because that's what the Bengals do. Joe Mixon
But
is like, do you think Joe Mixon is like a really good running back? I think he's just maybe above average, like just a little bit above average. I don't think he's like a phenomenal running back,
well,
but he
ask him if he
always
got.
finishes like top five.
Did he get a ring last year?
See, that's what I'm saying.
He did.
So let me get on the offense that got a ring last year.
He did. But I don't think Zach Moss is Joe Mixon.
No, no, no. I think Zach Moss is probably a little worse, but he can pass block, and that's all that matters.
You
Yeah,
should have
and then
went
and
Jalen
then
Warren.
finishing it out here, Brandon Aubrey. I was the first one to take a kicker. That was me, 11th round.
Great kicker.
I think he's gonna be the number one kicker in fantasy.
He's
He had like
gonna.
a 66
Yeah.
yarder in the preseason. It was
Mm-hmm.
nuts.
He's great. Another guy
Bucky
with a ring.
Irving could take that role
Tyler.
this year.
Steal of the draft is gonna be Bucky Irving.
Yeah,
Love Bucky Irving. Love him. Good job.
just PPR. Like Rachaad White didn't impress anybody last year. He just got a lot of volume. If Bucky can get like a half of that, I think he can win that role.
And he's so
Marvin
talented.
Mims, deep
Mm.
threat. Denver, just throw it up there. I wanted a young guy on my team. This is what you're supposed to do at the end of drafts. Take young rookies, or he's a 1 year pro, of course.
Should have went Franklin.
I don't think he was available at 13, was he?
Oh, he went 12, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Danny,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then Javon Baker's been dropped, but just a little tidbit that I was spreading around on draft day. Javon Baker on an interview with the New England, whatever news, they were interviewing him, and they asked him like, "What should we know about you for this upcoming season?" And he quote said, "Get your popcorn ready. I make people in wheelchairs stand up." So
And
you
then
say
gets
something like that, I want you
cut.
on my team. You know what I mean? Like that's an all time quote. I make people in wheelchairs stand up. Well, then, goddamn it, you're on my team. I just know.
You keep
I
him
had to
on,
drop him
right?
though. I had to drop him.
No, you got to keep him on.
No, maybe we'll get him back later in the year, and then maybe he's a stud. But
For the
uh,
morale, you
I
should have
needed a
kept him on.
defense this week, or for next week, really. But and then Aaron Rodgers, I couldn't believe it. I sniped Rob, and um, I've never had him on my roster. I really don't like him, but there's going to be a bye week for Patrick, and I'll need somebody, and
Yeah,
hopefully
why
he's
not?
still
Why not
healthy,
put Rogers in there?
just play some
Yeah,
games with Big
why
Mike.
not? Why not?
I don't know, but overall, I like my
Safe,
draft. I thought it was fantastic,
safe.
and I got drunk on draft day, and I think we did good.
Yes, safe, safe draft. You're right.
Very safe, very safe. Behind me, who was always ready for the next pick. When I was sitting there making my pick, he's standing right behind me, ready to go, and I don't think I ever sniped him. At least he didn't say it. Chris Piane at 12. Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison, Devonta Smith, Brandon Ayuk. I was
Ooh,
gonna take Smith at 2. I was gonna do it. He took him right before me at 18. I took Nico.
You're gonna take Marvin Harrison?
I was gonna take Marvin Harrison over Nico.
Not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
I believe in the talent. I believe in the lineage.
He's got to hope these number two wide receivers are gonna
49er.
produce for him.
I think he was good last year. I think he still had 1,000 yards, but not a lot of receptions. How about Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison as a stack? I think that's phenomenal.
I think that's great too. He's gonna get a lot of. I mean, Kyler Murray's gonna throw it to Marvin Harrison, or he's gonna throw it to Trey McBride, and that's it. Probably, right?
Yeah, it's going to work well for him. Jaden Reed was. I mean, they're all number ones in Green Bay at receiver, so I like that in the 6.
I like Reed. Sorry, I'm a Christian watching guy, but I love
I know.
Jaden Reed more than anybody on that in that court there.
No, I hear you. Jackson Smith's going to take over for Tyler Lockett this year, we assume. So I don't hate it. Maybe 7th a little early,
7.
but
No, love it, love
okay.
it, love it. Yep.
And then
Love it.
Jerome Ford went in the same round as Nick Chubb. That's fitting because we assume he's not going to have that role all year. So that's a rental.
No. Oh, Jerome Ford's a rental. Yeah.
And then at the end here, the triple tight end thing was kind of nuts to me, but Isaiah Likely is kind of like if anything ever happens to Mark Andrews, they say he's supposed to get more work this year, but I don't think he's ever starting him confidently.
He's
Ben
good though.
Ben Sinnott is going to be somebody, rookie tight end.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Harrison Butker just hates women.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta make a sandwich, and
I would make my team name out of Butker if I was him. I really would. Overall for Piane though, I said 6 stack with the QB wide receiver. Great wide receivers, running backs are weak, tight end, very deep but average.
I like that. I think Pat how do you pronounce his last name? Fairmouth, whatever. Pat. I think he's gonna be much better than average.
Okay. Down to our last 2 here, recapping the draft. I believe Rob was next, which is CD's Nuts for his team name, which I thought was pretty good. Not the CD owner though.
No, yeah, but he just likes the name. Great name though.
Great name.
Great name. Big.
I'm just spoiler. This was my favorite draft. I thought this was. Could you get a better top 4? Garrett will. I mean, obviously, if Chris Olave's nobody or Garrett Wilson flames out, but like these guys have so much potential as number ones. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Ken Walker III, and Joe Mixon. That's your top 4.
And
sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I think he has the best top 3 in the draft for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't. Yeah, in my opinion too. I think he did. Joe Mixon though, again,
Houston
got it ring. I had him.
Good offense.
Yeah, it is, but he's just not. He don't play hard sometimes. He
Yeah.
he's he's just
But can he
freaks me out.
return? Can he return top 10 value at running back? I think he can.
He can absolutely. But that's your RB2, so who's bitching?
Yeah, so he's good. And
Yeah.
then Amari Cooper, they were trying to trade him, but that's your wide receiver three, sure. Anthony
Yeah.
Richardson in the sixth round. What a
I had to listen. I'm sitting there talking to him, and he
yeah.
almost took somebody else. I will let him tell you that at QB there. And I said, Rob, Anthony Richardson is literally just sitting there with his hand out, wanting you to take him into the locker room. Will you just pick the guy and get over with? Like, would just take him? Yeah, but it hurting. I'm like, Anthony Richardson could be a top 3 quarterback in fantasy football, and you're gonna get him in round 6. Take him, and he took him. Love it. I love it. Love it.
He did not get a backup quarterback though, which is a little shocking. If I'm taking Richardson, I definitely want somebody. But there's people out there, the waivers.
There's people out there. I got.
Um,
I'll try.
no, for sure. And then Dallas Goedert, Brian Thomas Jr., stud receiver as a rookie. I think big things for him down the field, deep threat. I've always liked Jacoby Myers. I don't know. I don't know how well he's going to do with per se, with Gardner, but and then Zach Charbonnet, Mike Williams, Antonio Gibson, Evan McPherson, Philadelphia Eagles, and then Deacon Okonkwo was his last pick. Like I said, I sniped Aaron Rodgers from him. That's who he wanted.
Did he drop a Congo?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did. Antonio Gibson's a great pick.
I mean the PPR stuff. I can see Gibson doing well. Ramondre, he's kind of like a poor man's Ramondre Stevenson, and then
Is
Mike Will.
Ramondre your start?
I don't know. He really wanted Aaron Rodgers, and I probably could trade him to him. But there's really nobody I want here after 10. Maybe Charbonnet. But I
Charbonnet.
love this draft.
I did. I like this draft a lot too.
My favorite. Last but not least, drafting at 14. Our least valuable GM last year, Primo Ryan Hannigan, who did as we teased in the beginning of the episode, took 2 Rams with his first 2 picks on the turnaround. Puka and Kyron.
Again, almost like who. This isn't as much as like if they're gonna score. Like I think the was it Debo and the CMC thing is a
Better,
better like who's gonna score, right? Than the Puka Kyron. Is Kyron really gonna be the same guy 2 years in a row, right? I don't know.
smaller back. We don't know. Yeah,
I
good
was
point.
a, I was afraid of that. I don't think he should have went Puka Kyron here, only because there's some. I mean, who knows what Puka's? I mean, he had a wonderful year 1. How do we know year 2?
Sophomore slump,
That
maybe.
is the pick there, though, right? At 14, you had to go Puka there at 14
I'm taking one of the two. I'm probably taking Kyron and somebody else, but
instead of Puka. You would have went Kyron, you think,
I
at
would have
1,
took Kyron and then I would take somebody else
some
at
receiver at 2.
15.
Yeah,
Maybe another running back, maybe a different receiver. I wouldn't have took 2 Rams, but
either.
I think it's defensible. And they took who could be tight end 1 this year, Travis Kelce, into Rashad White.
Spoiler alert: this was my least favorite draft.
Yep.
This is my least favorite draft. I did,
Same. It's hard drafting at 14.
yeah,
It truly is. Piane made a spectacle of it last year and really showed out.
he
He
did
had some
great.
bad picks in his draft, but he had some knockout picks. I mean, getting CD with his second pick at pick 15 last year, and then having to be wide receiver 1 is going to help you.
Great
But
trades too. He did so. He was a great GM last year.
he was very good. I don't like Rashad White. I don't like Zay Flowers. I don't like Jordan Addison. Herbert, I'm not a fan of when you have Stroud in the 5th. Why are we even grabbing a quarterback?
You don't need Herbert there. There's value somewhere else to go there.
Like Aaron Rodgers went in the 15th, man. Just go take Aaron Rodgers
Right.
in the
Right.
14th.
I don't like Herbert either with
Planner face or whatever on his foot.
Coach Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
I like Coach Harbaugh, but I don't like what I just he's not gonna be explosive.
Oh, I know what you're talking about the coordinator.
Play calling.
No, I hear you. We're a little worried. And then Algier in the 10th's fine. I think that's good. That's good insurance policy, and he's going to get some work. I'm not a Jerry Judy guy, man. It's never worked for that guy. It's like year 5 for him. He's still not doing well. Dallas is a good defense. Josh Downs is somebody he had last year who overperformed, but he's going to be hurt at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And they took Cairo and Alexander Madison.
Good kicker, Cairo. And Madison's a good pick because you don't know about White.
Right.
I think I confiscated Jerry Judy's ring. I never gave it to him because how ass he was. Like he wasn't even. We didn't send it to him. He didn't get invited to the ring ceremony actually. So
No, I don't think he deserves it.
that's a legal battle though. Can't talk more about that. But he's just.
I don't know. For Ryan, I put Rams exclamation mark, elite tight end, quarterback strong, wide receivers okay, running backs are pretty good. That's what I put.
Got to be better than average in this league.
Right. And this one might fall a little below.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's hard drafting 14, man.
Poor Puka.
It's hard. Yeah, I mean, let's just look at what happened here at the end. So he could have took Kyron 14 and maybe even Olave or Harrison
Olave.
or Collins.
I think it's Olave. He should have went Kyron then Olave. I think that would have been fantastic for him.
Yeah, and then leave Puka.
Yeah, because then well then Rob takes Puka. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I
That
don't like putting all my eggs in that basket. I'm with you. I do think the other side's on the first that Ryan Downs did. I think that was a better option. But I mean,
or
who
you go
knows?
he could have went Puka Olave would be a great 1-2 at receiver in a PPR league.
Yeah, and then maybe wrapped around got a different running back.
Sure. Yeah.
He'd be fine if Rashad is his number one, I guess. I mean, I don't know. The volume's there, but I don't think Bucky's going to take over right away. I think he's going to get some work
No,
out of him.
no, it'll be a bit.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, yeah, we can go back full screen here. I thought it was a great draft day. I thought we knocked it out of the park. A little hot overall, little warm, too warm for my taste, but I
Real
enjoyed
hot. Real hot. I enjoyed it too. It was a great time. Football was fun. Um,
I
it
mean,
was
you're
just
the
a good time.
champ.
Oh, I know. Feels
Appreciate
good.
you wearing the belt,
Well,
rocking the
this is
ring, putting it in people's face. We've had to put the jackets on for a moment.
I put it on, man. I had to take that off.
Yeah, it
Holy
was too
shit.
hot. I took
Within
mine off
30
as well.
seconds, I was already sweating in it.
Shout out to the pins.
Those are great. Yeah. Those are great.
You know,
It's getting heavy.
but overall, I really had a good time, and I think the league. This is just I can't stress this enough how tough it is to draft in this league, especially with 14.
Mhm.
It's incredibly hard. Hard to find value, hard to
A lot of
find guys that
snipers in
drop.
this league. A
Yeah,
lot of snipers in this league.
like it's tough. It's tough. And I'm in I mean, well, we had the dynasty and then I'm in two other leagues, a 10 a 10 man and a 12 man, and it doesn't even compare. Doesn't even compare the talent.
Well, no, I told you I retired from
Yeah.
my other league, right?
I think you were a
Um,
dynasty, right? And you said in your other one you would win like almost every year and wasn't
where's
challenging.
I should have brought my trophy. Where's my trophy?
Yeah.
They made me a special trophy as they go to the leagues. I won like 6 of 8 or something like that. I don't know. It's
That's
nuts.
yeah, you were Jordan.
It was time. It's time to move on. Told them, hey guys, this is it for me. This was last year. Last year was my last year. I'm full time committed to the Sandusky's and the Epstein kids, or whatever we're calling ourselves over there.
No, I hear you. And you're on your road to repeating, which
I hope
hasn't been done since Joe did it in, I believe, 2016. I have it right here. Let's look.
Joe repeated, huh?
Joe and Danny both.
Okay.
Joe was 2019, 2020. Danny was 2014, 2015.
So was 2020 COVID?
Yeah, 2020 was COVID. Yeah.
Put an asterisk
We
next
still
to it?
met. We still met in person,
Oh, good.
masked up.
Yeah. Did you? You all messed up?
I didn't. I got drunk. I did not mask up. But we all met up.
All right, I didn't think. Yeah. A couple beers later, his mask are gone. So
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good time, man. Amazing,
yeah.
though.
So next year, if it's that hot, we're inside, right?
We are 100% inside.
Oh
I
no,
don't
we're
care
going
what people
to
say.
Vegas, Cancun. What are we doing next year?
Yeah, a lot of folks were interested in the remote draft, which I thought would be a lot of fun. Obviously, we want to get that out of the way early so people can save properly. It's just, an Airbnb would be a little bit of money plus flight. This was year 13. Why not year 15?
Oh yeah,
If
because then
not
you got
15,
a
why
couple
not year
years to
20?
save. Well, 15. How about just shoot for 15?
Yeah, let's shoot for
Who's going
15.
to be around in year 20? We all, could get nuked or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Let's get it before it's gone. I hear
Get it
you.
before
Maybe
it's
do it again
gone.
in year 20.
Yeah, then do it again at
Have
20.
speaking of that, have you seen these things where you can draft at a stadium? You haven't seen this?
Can
Yeah, like
we
you can draft in one of the boxes, one of the really nice sky boxes, and you haven't seen
Soldier
this?
Field?
Yeah, Soldier Field. It's an option.
We what's that cost? Do we
I
let's
think ahead it's like 100 and something ahead.
a person?
Yeah. Well, at 14, it might be even cheaper. Might be like
Let's
90.
get it done, commish.
Okay. I'm gonna look into it as a serious option and I'll present everybody. And then obviously that I mean you're paying more than 20 to show up on draft day, but you
100
know,
some bucks to draft at Soldier Field. Come on.
I know.
Just
And but it's a
don't go
special
out one
experience.
weekend.
No, I'm excited. It's a holiday draft day. It's something I look forward to every year.
It is a
Um,
holiday.
It marvelous. And then shout you out, champ. We're gonna have you back here for week 1, going over the spoiler. It's rivalry week. It's back. It's been since 2016, and we're back with it. And you're
How
playing
fun.
Xavier in the Thrilla in Manila.
Love
I
it.
cannot wait.
Yeah, can't wait to whoop his ass week 1. It's gonna be great. Shout out Xavier. I tried talking shit all day. And then I had to tell him how great his damn YouTube
I know
video was.
his
'cause
draft
it's
was
pretty-
good. You can't. Sometimes you can't deny.
Not
it.
his, no, it's not his draft. His YouTube video. Fuck his draft.
Oh no! Yeah, shout out his movie.
That was pretty cool. Shout
It was
out.
good.
You guys watch it if you haven't watched it yet. It was really awesome. It was really cool.
All funded by himself, which is
The
incredible.
story was so creative. I kept telling
Yeah.
him it was like interesting, very interesting.
I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, man, that'll wrap it up here for the draft recap. And then, coming next week, we'll have week 1, second take. I'm excited.
Excited. Week 1, I'll be here with you.
Yeah, we gotta have the champ week 1. It's only right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got predictions already. So
Ah! I love it.
spoiler alert, I beat the shit out of Xavier.
It's at least a 20-point deficit.
I was thinking 40, but that's fine.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up here for second take.